Some people have asked me about my video making process, so I thought I'd just quickly take you through it. Let's look at some of the basic equipment. As I've mentioned before, I shoot on some broken iPhone 4s people were kind enough to give me. The screens are broken, but the cameras work fine. This is a tripod adapter for smartphones. They cost about $1 on eBay. One of the best buys I made was this mini tripod. It's just the right height for shooting miniatures, and the smartphone adapter just screws onto the top. The legs fold away, and this can be used as a hand grip for handheld work. These cost about $7. Here's the iPhone in the adapter, ready to be fitted onto a tripod. Colour balance was being a bit of an issue, so I just bought this grey card system. It has a black, white and neutral grey card, so I can drop these into the scene when I'm setting the white balance. $2. Good sound is important. I use the microphone on a Logitech USB headset to record my voiceovers. I can source this directly into my editing program, so that makes this easy. For location sound, I bought this Rode Video Mic Go. The adapter cable lets it plug straight into the smartphone, and it has a hot shoe adapter for mounting. That's useful with this next item. The iOgrapher case is an adapter that holds an iPhone or iPad. It has hand grips and 3 cold shoe mounts to add lights and microphones, as well as a tripod adapter screw on the bottom. It also accepts 37mm lenses. Good lighting is important, and these Onsen 160 LED light panels are great. They're battery powered and have a dimmer switch to control the brightness. You can fit an AC adapter like this one sold separately. They come with a screw mount and a cold shoe adapter. The lights were $30 a set and the adapter was $20. A cheaper alternative to the iOgrapher is this iPad tripod adapter, but it doesn't have any cold shoe mounts. Otherwise it works fine for putting an iPad onto a tripod. So that's the basic equipment. Let's look at software. I use the Filmic Pro app on my iPhone to shoot video. It has some great controls and gives you a much better result than the built-in camera app. You can see it allows you to set the color balance, exposure and focus, and lock them so they won't change during the shot. I have the exposure tool on the side of the Ferdinand and the focus point tool on the Jagdpanther. Locking the controls is important, as I generally don't like the look of shots changing focus or exposure on automatic during the shot. Filmic Pro lets you set the capture format, frame rate and capture quality. Filmic Pro only costs about $15, but it was well worth it to get the most out of my iPhone's camera. Next we come to editing software. I'm using iMovie, Apple's consumer-level editing program. I used to use Final Cut Pro, but it won't run on this version of my operating system and I can't afford the $500 upgrade. So iMovie has some limitations, but we can work around them. I usually have my script open next to the iMovie interface so I can record voiceovers. Then there's the timeline along the bottom, and the viewer window above where I can see my edited video as it comes together. Beside that is the clip bin. This holds all the imported video, audio and image files from my project. iMovie allows one layer of video, one overlay layer and titles. You can have several layers of sound and music under the video layers. The other major tool in my video arsenal is Adobe Photoshop, an industry-standard image editing and creation tool. This is pretty pricey, but there are free alternatives like GIMP. GIMP has plenty of the same functionality. Using an image editing program allows me to make up complex graphics, and building templates for common types of graphics I use means I can have a consistent look and feel for my videos. Building complex graphics in Photoshop is one of the ways I work around the limitations of iMovie. Copyright is an issue we need to be aware of. Some sites like Video Blocks have royalty-free animations and other content available for a subscription fee. Royalty-free means once you've paid the subscription fee, the material is available for use in your project without additional cost. Video Blocks also has other non-royalty-free content, and this will require an additional purchase to use. Let's consider my usual workflow. I usually start with a script, typing out what I want to say and researching the content I'm talking about. Writing a script first means I have a good idea of what I need to shoot to get the right pictures to tell my story. It doesn't always work, and sometimes I need to shoot some more stuff during editing to cover holes. After the script is written, I usually shoot the video content. I try and make sure I get all the pictures I need to cover everything. I really should make storyboards, a version of the script like this example one online with notes or sketches of the planned video, but I just don't have the time. Once the video is shot, I can get down to editing. This involves importing all the video and assembling a story on the timeline. If I need to create any graphics to go with the video, I can make these in Photoshop and import that as well. Once I have the story assembled the way I want, I can export it and upload it to YouTube. So I hope this gives you some idea of my production process. Yours might be different. If you have some ideas for me, leave them in the comments. We might also look at other video editing software in the comments too. What's your experience and what do you use? Windows users might like to check out VideoPad, a cross-platform free editor, and Adobe make a light version of Premiere, Adobe Premiere Elements, for about 160 Australian dollars. I also have a lust list for equipment I'd like to buy, like this Blue Yeti USB microphone. What equipment would you like to add to your production arsenal? I hope everyone has found something useful here. Remember to like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on future videos.